YouTube. What's going on? Just thought I'd show a bit of live soldering. I won't be on for long. Just got to wait for the iron to get hot. This is a project I've been working on this week. So this is for my client's entrance to his home. It's a door panel set and then a matching transom window for above. It's a 3/2 door, which means there are 3 small panels above and then 2 door panels in the actual lower part of the door. So it looks like this one behind me. Hang on. Give you some context. It's like this one behind me. See that one there? So you've got 3 smaller ones and then 2 bottom ones. So it's 3/2 door. But this one's got these arch tops to it. These are the 3 arch tops. And that's what I've been working on. So I've just got the transom window to lead together now. I've leaded together the panels below. So the actual door panels are all leaded together and soldered. And I'll be leading together the transom window next. I've not filmed any of the making of these door panels. What I was going to do is film the transom window. I'll film the making of the transom window and make a little video about that one. So I just thought I'd show some of the soldering on a live, because normally when I do my videos, so the longer content that I post up, I sort of glance over the soldering in a few seconds of footage. But in reality, the soldering process takes a very, very long time. So if you watch any of my videos and it shows the soldering, this bit, for like 5 seconds. Hang on. Soldering in the videos is very, very short, because it's the same thing over and over again, really, isn't it? Whereas in reality, you can be soldering for hours on end. If you leave all your soldering till the end, then you've got a lot of soldering to do. This full set of windows here, I've calculated, is around 2,000 joints in total. So each one of these soldered joints is about 2,000 in total. Because you've got both sides of each window. There's a lot going on. I missed a lot of joints when I'm fluxing. So I'm moving to flux as I go along. You're also forever straightening up bits of the window as well, making sure it's straight. because when you lead it together, your lead bits are all loose still. Until they're soldered, all these bits of lead are all loose. Like this centre circle here, you could just spin it, you could turn it. It'll just turn around in circles. I'll leave you there. And then the soldering holds it all in place, you see. Then once I've soldered all the set, it will go into the cementing process. So if you've watched any of my videos, you know all about this anyway, but if not, once they've been soldered together like this, all the glass pieces are loose inside the lead cane. There's movement. The glass bits slot into the lead cane because of the construction of the lead cane. It's like this. You see that? Where's the camera? There's the camera. It's like that. So there's a channel in the centre, and the glass slots into either side of it. And the glass is loose up and down, it'll move, so it will leak. It wouldn't be a very good window right now if you were to try and install it like right now. Also, it'll be loose, it'll be wobbly and loose, flap around. Again, that's all shown in my videos. For the context of this being a live, I'll talk to the people who haven't seen my work before. So the glass pieces are loose, and there is a cementing process then, and that basically, I cover the window in a very specific, very specialised lead light cement. You can see this process in my videos. And that cement is forced into the gap between the glass pieces and the lead cane, so you need to push the cement in all over the window. All those little angles and everything, it needs to get everywhere. And you do that to both sides of the window. Very time-consuming projects, these. Especially when it's a big set like this, and they're intricate. There's a lot of tiny pieces of glass in this set. It's a very traditional Victorian design. I've done this sort of thing thousands of times over the years. This one's quite funky colours. We've used some nice colours on this one. It's that joint there as well. You have to flux it before you solder. I missed that one as well. Right. I missed any joints. What normally happens is you get to the end of the end of the soldering process, you turn your soldering iron off just as your soldering iron has gone cold, and you'll look at the window again and you'll realise you've missed, oh, I've missed one there, I've missed one there. You have to start soldering again. Right, my tip's going loose, I need my pliers. The tip started to wobble around a little bit then. So I don't think I've done it live before, showing the soldering. Don't think. You get the idea though, don't you? constantly controlling the temperature of the soldering iron whilst you're working. This isn't an electric iron, obviously, it's a gas iron, you see. So gas irons, you just want to get hotter and hotter and hotter, so you have to regulate the temperature by hand, literally by your finger. It's like a Bunsen burner controller on the end of the, well, in the middle of the soldering iron there. You have to turn it and it alters the airflow. So if you were to just constantly solder with it on full blast, like this, you would just make a right mess of your lead work. So for those guys just tuning in and not realising what I'm about, this is what I do for a living. I am a craftsman. This is my job. I make a living from making these projects for customers. I'm not doing this for fun. I do this, everything that I make is a bespoke project that I make for a client. Everything is an order. I don't just make things to sell in some web shop. So I'm a very busy craftsman. I have customers all over the UK, which is quite good fun. But anything that I make needs to be able to be collected in person. I don't organise any sort of courier service. I'm just so busy making projects and looking after my customers. I'm sorry. If you're interested in ordering from me, I'm always talking to new customers, but I can only make for clients who are able to collect in person. So you need to be able to come to my workshop upon completion to come and collect it. You don't need to come like during the design side of it, the designing process. I do all that on the computer. But as far as actually collecting the window, you can't send a courier to come and collect them. Because you can't stick these things inside a cardboard box, you see. You've got to sort of package them up very, very carefully. And just working by myself, this is what I do for a living, so I'm always super duper busy working on my projects. I don't have the time to be able to box things up and organise couriers and things like that. I just don't have the time for it. So I started telling people a couple of years ago, if you want me to make it, you'll have to come and get it. And thankfully, I'm still super busy all the time. This actual customer, this one, he found me on TikTok. I post videos all over social media on the platforms. That's why I do the videos, really. I'm not teaching, this is me working. So I post up videos because it finds me new customers, you see. So this customer, he was watching my videos on TikTok. He got in touch and asked me to, well, we've been working on this project for quite some time now, working on the design and getting it exactly how he wants it. Nearly missed that one then. So that little snippet of a live video, however long this has lasted, that was soldering maybe, I did about a quarter of it before I started the live, so that was just 3/4 of soldering this one side. So now you'll see, I'll show you, I'll unpin it from the bench because the soldered joints are holding it in place now. But the other side of the window has not yet been soldered, so it's very flexible. So I'll look at the flex in this window now. You ready? You ready? Look at this movement. That's crazy, isn't it? Look. It's hard to show it in movement. There we go, that's the angle, isn't it? Yeah, listen to the noise. So the glass pieces are loose, like I was saying, it needs to be cemented. Listen to this. So all those glass pieces are all loose. They're not loose side to side, they're loose up and down. So now I need to solder all the other side again. Well, this side, not the other side again. I need to solder this side. And when I'm constructing the windows, it's very important you don't leave gaps in your lead work. If you're leaving gaps, it's just sloppy lead work. So you try to get your lead work nice and tidy, nice and neatly buttered up, and that makes the soldering process much easier, right? But you don't want it stupidly tight in that the glass can't move. Right now, it's good that the glass can move up and down. If your lead work was too tight, if it was overly tight, it would be pinching the glass. And if it pinches the glass, it stops the glass from moving around during the cementing process. So that cementing process of pushing the cement into the gap between the glass pieces, it wouldn't be able to get in all those nooks and crannies, so you're not going to have as strong a window as you possibly could have. So you make sure that your lead work is snug, nicely buttered up together, all these angles all buttered up, but not like tight. You don't want it tight. Snug, it's a good word for it. So I counted 150 joints on each side yesterday. So there's 150 on each side, which makes 300 in total. And there's 2 door panels, so that's 1200, plus the 3 top ones, and then the transom window above. So there's lots of soldering to do. And that's the reason why I use a gas soldering iron rather than an electric one. Electric soldering irons, I do have a really good electric iron. I get this all the time. Why do you use a gas one? Is a gas better? I want a gas one. He uses a gas one. Gas is a lot harder to use, right? Electric irons, the reason why I don't use them is because of the shape of them, the tip on them. If you could get a different tip shape, I'd be all over it. But the problem is they're all shaped a bit like a wand, you know, like a wizard's wand. They're all like a long pointy stick. So when you're soldering, you're always like lifting your arm up, your elbow up, you're messing with your wrist. It's not as comfortable, it's not as ergonomic as the shape of my gas iron. My gas iron, because of that T-shaped head, is much more comfortable to hold. So when you're soldering for prolonged periods of time, like I'm doing with this type of thing, you want to be as comfortable as possible. And having it that shape, I can rest my hand on the side, and I'm just rolling it as I work. I'm just rolling the tip over. I just find it more comfortable. But it is more dangerous in that, not from the burning yourself, but it's dangerous to causing damage to the window, because it's quite easy if you're soldering quickly, right, and you're going from one joint to another, like lots of easy joints, then the tip will cool down quicker, so you need to turn the heat up. But then if you're doing a bit that's a bit tricky and you've got to take your time with it, like midway through soldering the window together, your tip starts getting too hot because you've got it turned up. So then very quickly, it gets hot very, very quickly, and before you know it, you've melted a hole into the lead cane. And if you melt holes in the lead work, it makes it difficult to sort of solder over those gaps that you've just created in the lead work. So you're constantly playing with the temperature, you're constantly adjusting it, which is why the temperature controller is where it is on the soldering iron, so you can get to it with your finger. I don't use it because it's easier, I use it because it's more comfortable. I'm not saying it's impossible to use, but just don't think that I use it because it's the easiest thing in the world. It's like I get asked to make my tools all the time. The glass cutter, that glass cutter, they don't make it anymore. I get asked all the time, where did you buy a glass cutter from? I want to buy one of those. Unfortunately, they stopped making them years ago. And it's not really the glass cutter that makes life any easier. The shape of it's just what I'm used to, but it's actually a very, very old glass cutter, and that wheel that's in there is a very old wheel. It's probably pretty much worn out, to be honest. I'd make life easier for myself if I changed it, but I'm just used to it and I'm all right with it. It's practice. It's not the tools that the person uses, it's the practice that the person's had with the tools. People watch my videos and think that I've just made it easier for myself with the tools that I use. Not really. Just done it for a very long time. Right, I think I've fluxed most of it. I probably missed a few joints there, but that's alright. This is an exciting live, isn't it? Said nobody ever. Got any more pieces? Let's get rid of some of these bits. Dog's barking next door. The dog normally gets excited just as it's leaving, next door neighbours. Starts yapping away. It's always the same time every day, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon when she goes home. But it's not 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, is it? Well, you don't know that, I suppose. It's this is a live video. But I think it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock here in the UK. 11 AM. I'm not actually sure what time it is, to be honest. I've just been working. It's like a black hole when you come into the workshop. As soon as you start working, time just flies. And for those who watch until the end, oh, it's snowing. It's heavily snowing outside. That's exciting. Wowzers, that's a lot of snow coming down. So when I finish soldering this side, for those who stick around till the end of the video, or pop back and or skip forward if this is a video in the future, I'll show a project I'm currently working on that's over there that I just gave the final polishing to yesterday, and it is absolutely incredible. Just finished work on a project for Phil, and it's beautiful. Do you want me to give you a little sneaky heads up of what it is? Shall I tell you what it is? So Phil is a fan of my work. Phil and his partner. Sorry, I can't remember her name. What's she called now? Can't remember what she's called now. Phil's wife. Anyway, they love my owl behind me in the workshop. So when I'm working, I have a little owl in the window, and they wanted to use my owl as inspiration. So I've made a little owl window for them. I think it's being fitted above a kitchen door in the house, so it's a transom window for inside the property, and it's purple, it's lots of turquoises, a lot of pinks, greens, it's got orange eyes, it's got blue ears, very colourful. And I'll give a little sneaky peeky of it. It'll be a while before I do the video for it. I've got a bit of a queue of work that I need to make videos for, so I need to play catch up. I've been that busy making projects, I'm struggling to get on with the video making, but it's not a bad place to be, is it? Busy. Busy is good. You'd use some nice reeded glass. These little bits in here, this is little bits of reeded, but it's not just plain reeded, it's iridescent reeded. I do have plain reeded, like just clear reeded, but iridescent means that there is a colour, there's like a colour treatment that they put on the surface of the glass, and it gives it that sort of oil slick, iridescent finish. And because this window is so colourful with other, blues and purples and sea greens and pinks and such, I thought I'd use some iridescent glass in these little bits here. Although they are very small in this pieces here, because this is the smaller one. I've taken this little motif here and made bigger versions of it in the other windows. Well, in the transom window, to be honest, it's in the transom window it's bigger. Making sure this line runs straight through here as it's supposed to. And we're good again. I have to keep thinking to change the angle, don't I, to make it more interesting. As interesting as it can be anyway. Also, one of the big downsides to a gas iron over electric iron is the tip. So if you use a electric iron, the tips generally treated, well, they're always treated, they have a special tip coating on them that helps them stay clean. You don't get any of that with a gas iron. It will just burn off anywhere because it gets too hot. But there is a special treatment, so it kind of cleans itself. You just wipe it, don't you? If you've got an electric iron, you just wipe it on a bit of wet sponge and it cleans the tip. Whereas with these, you have to constantly re-tin them, re-tip them. It's called tinning, is what they call it. So a lot of the time when you're soldering, you're not just concentrating on what you're soldering, you're concentrating on how the tip feels, how it's melting the solder. Because it's a gas iron, you can feel it becoming quicker and quicker at melting the solder in your fingers. Because you want to catch it, you need to be ready to turn it down so it doesn't get too hot. It's a very fine line between the perfect temperature and being too hot. Nervous of the music being too loud and it picking up on copyright. Oh, it's getting a bit short now. I'm starting to melt my fingers holding that little piece. This is when you need to stick it to another one like this. That way you're not holding the hot bit of the solder, you see. Posted a live up a week or so ago, and the YouTube algorithm, well, the YouTube machine picked up on that there was music in the background. So I just had it on very quiet, and it picked up on one of the songs. So I had to go into the video and chop part of the video out. It was right at the end of the video anyway, so it wasn't really much of a problem, but just on the live video that I put up the other week. I've currently got music playing and it's a Whitney Houston song in the background very quietly. I'm nervous that the YouTube machine will pick up on Whitney. Just nervous. I've literally had to turn it off now. I've turned it that quiet, it's turned off. The problem with doing lives, being in the workshop all day long by myself, I have a lot of music on. When you're live, you can't do any of that, can you? YouTube doesn't like it, does it? was thinking about putting the Olympics on. I've been watching lots of Olympics. I thought maybe I could stick the Olympics on. But then I've got a feeling that BBC might have something on it, some sort of copyright or something, I don't know. I'll put a bit more solder on that one. It's a bit of a scruffy joint, that one. There we go. On the table now. I'll have to leave you there, I can't. The table's not moving, the camera's sat on top of. I'll end up knocking you off onto the floor. You don't want that, do you? I wonder how many people will watch this video. You've got to be a pretty hardcore crafter to watch a video of somebody soldering, haven't you? Nearly there. Rest my arm over it, that's more comfortable. Some more flux on this one, really. Let's see if I can get it. I think I can. No. Got it. I think my tip needs re-tinning. It's getting a bit difficult to solder. I should just get this one, but before I solder anything else, I'll have to give it a clean. Come on. It's Friday today. Whoop whoop. Got the Friday feeling. It's Friday and the sun, not the sun, well the sun's supposed to come out tomorrow, but the snow's out today, so we'll see what happens tomorrow with the weather. Oh, I want to do something this weekend. Right, have I missed any joints? That's the question. Have I missed any? I don't think I have. Turn this iron off and then they'll all pop up now. I'll be like, oh, I've missed that one, I've missed that one, I've missed that one. That was pretty good. Right, okay, so both sides have been soldered. It's stiffened up a little bit more, but still very loose. And it still twists. You see the twist in it? I'll show it again. That way. See this twist in there? Looks pretty, doesn't it? So that was 35 minutes to solder. It's a good few hours. Right, sneaky peeky, like I said, before I go, unplug you. Who wants a sneaky peeky? In fact, being horizontal rather than vertical suits the shape of the window. You ready? You ready? You ready? Ooh! Isn't that cool? Sneaky peeky. That's a pretty little window, isn't it? So that's for Phil. Phil's coming to collect it at some point today, I think. There you go. I told you I'd give you a sneaky peeky. Ask and I shall. That's another 3/2 door. So this is the same style of door as what I'm making on the bench there. So it's 3/2. So we've got 1, 2, 3 on top. It's hard to point. Anyway, pair of door panels, well, pair at the bottom and then 3 at the top. Which is what I'm making on the bench there, isn't it? Right, thank you for watching, everybody. That's a short and, well, it's not really short, is it? It was 35 minutes long. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Cheerio! Where's the off button on this? It's got to be that X up there, hasn't it? See you later. Yes.